Hello friends, welcome to my channel Nidhi Basing Mathematics Classes. Till now we have done fractions. But what about those numbers which have a whole number part and a fractional part and got separated by a point? So today we are discussing those numbers and those numbers are called decimals. So let's get started. My today's topic is decimals. We have done up to here common fractions. What are common fractions? Which has a numerator and denominator and they are separated by a line. So these are the common fractions: 1 by 2, 3 by 4, 2 by 10, 5 by 11, 35 by 19. Here denominators, you can see these are numbers. Okay, but what are decimal fractions? Why decimal fractions are different from common fractions? Decimal fractions have particular number in their denominator. That means it should be a power of 10, or in terms of this 10. 10 ones are 10 power 1 is 10, 10 power 2 is 100, 10 power 3 is 1000. Or you can take it as the denominators are 10, 100 or 1000. So different books have different definition. I have taken both the definition. Like this denominator is 10, not the numerator. Here denominator is 100 and the numerator we have other number. Here in the denominator we have 1000. That means number of zeros are there with 1. Understood? These are multiples of 10, or you can say powers of 10. So here I am saying decimal fractions are nothing but common fractions whose denominators are 10, 100, 1000, etc. For example, 1 by 10, 3 by 100, 41 by 1000. Now how to represent it? Suppose I have taken this one figure. I have divided this into 10 equal parts. In fraction also we were taking a whole and we were dividing it into equal parts. I have divided this into 10 equal parts because in decimal fractions we take either 10, 100 or 1000. So 10 equal parts or 100 equal parts or 1000 equal parts, those numbers only will give us decimal fractions. So that's why I have taken the first as 10 parts. Now if I am taking this shaded part, 1 out of 10, how it will be represented in fraction? 1 by 10. That means this shaded part is represented as 1 by 10. 1 by 10 is also written as in decimal, in points, in decimal points and in decimal places. How to write this? We count how many zeros are there with 1 in the denominator. That many digits we will take from the right to put the decimal point. This point is called decimal point. Okay. Now, is this here we have only one digit in the denominator. With 1, we have only 1 0 in the denominator. So what I will do? 1 0 means if the numerator is 1, I have to move towards left only one number and that is 1. So I have to put decimal here. What will be its number on the left hand side? That will be 0. So that many number you will count towards left. 1 by 10 is also written as 0.1, which is written as decimal 1 or 0.1. Decimal 1 means this decimal 0.1, or you can say 0.1. Okay, so decimal 1 or 0.1. Dot stand for decimal point. This dot in between 0 and 1 is decimal point. If I am taking 1 by 100 now, what does it mean? If I take 1 out of 100 equal parts, like I have this book in which they have given this figure. You can see this small part out of 100 is given. So this is 1 by 100, 1 out of 100. This shaded part is representing one part out of 100. Now this 100 1 by 100 is a shaded part. How I will represent this in decimals? Since there are two zeros attached with 1 in the denominator, that means I have to move towards right 2 digits. But since I have only one, number 1 is only given. Is it clear? So what you will do? You will put 1 0 from your side, and this will become towards left side of the number you will put, not towards the right. Towards the left you will put 1 0, considering there are two zeros here, so we have to have, after decimal we need to have two numbers. The main point of these 100, 10 and 1000 means the number of zeros tells us how many digits should be there after the decimal. If there is 1 0, that means one number should be there after the decimal. If there are 2 0, that means two numbers should be there after the decimal. So while having only one digit in the numerator means that you have to put 0 on the left side of 1, not on the right side. To make it a 2-digit place, I have put this 0 on the left side of 1, not on the right side. Clear? So this 0.01, this will become my decimal number. This was my decimal fraction because the denominator was having number of zeros attached with 1. So number of zeros tells us in a decimal fraction that how many digits should be there after the decimal. If we have one digit in the numerator, you will put 1 0 after the decimal and then you will write that numerator number. Here it was having only one digit and we were having 1 0 in the denominator. So what I have done, after the decimal I have put the numerator number, not the other number 0 has come here because only 1 0 was there. Here two zeros were there, so we have to use two decimal places. The number of digits after the decimal tells us decimal places. There were two zeros, so there will be two decimal places. But I had only one number in the numerator, so I had to put 0 first and then the numerator. Here why did I use? Because there was only 1 0. So after the decimal I have put only the numerator number. Now in this case 1 by 10, 3 by 10, 5 by 10 are decimal fractions, and if I write them in decimal point, these will become decimal numbers. Now since it was 1 by 10, how many digits are there, how many zeros are there in the denominator? 1 0. So that means after the decimal I will write the numerator. Here I have 3 by 10. I have one digit in the numerator. So after that, after 0 I will put dot, that is decimal point, and then I will write the numerator number. 0 point decimal point and then the numerator number. Why I am not using 0 on the left side of the number? Because there are only 1 0 and one digit is there in the numerator. So that's why we will be using 0.1, 0.3, 0.5, and these are decimal numbers. Till now I have told you 1 by 10. How many zeros are there? You will check first of all. There is 1 0. So decimal place, after decimal there should be one place only. And that numerator has only one digit, so you could write 0.1. In the next part, we have 2 by 100. How many zeros are there in the denominator? 2 zeros. That means after decimal, how many digits should be there? There should be 2 digits. So since we have in the numerator only one digit, we will put after decimal 0 first to make it 2 digit. So that's why on the left side of it, I will use 0, not on the right side. 0.02. Same way, 3 by 1000. How many zeros are there? 3 zeros. So there should be, after the decimal, there should be 3-digit number. And since in the numerator only one digit is there, so we will be using 2 zeros here, and that we will be putting after the decimal and before the numerator number. In between these two, we will be using zeros in between these two. Since we have 2 zeros extra, we will put 2 zeros extras here. There is only one numerator, but we have 1 zero extra here, so we will put 1 zero here. In between decimal and the numerator, that zero will come. That extra zero will come in between the decimal and the numerator number. Now we have 13 upon 100. We have two digits here and 2 digits in the numerator. So that means after the decimal, 2-digit number will come, and since the numerator has 2 digits, so we will write 0.13. There will be no zero after the decimal because numerator already is a 2-digit number and we need a decimal. After the decimal we need a 2-digit number. Here we have 3 zeros. So after the decimal we need 3-digit number. But in the numerator we have 2 digit. So what I will be using? I will be using 1 zero here. In between the decimal and the numerator number. So here 0.013 will become. Now I am telling you the fractional part and the whole part. If you are getting a number which has 2 parts in it. Till now there was no whole number here. We were only doing the fractional part. Now I am taking one figure in which there are 2 boxes like this and there is a fraction 6 by 10 because it is a decimal number, so we need to take 10 equal parts, and out of that 10 parts I am taking 6 parts. So it will become 6 by 10. This was a whole part, this was a whole part, this is a fractional part. So this is 6 by 10. Whole part 1 plus 1 will become 2. 2 plus 6 by 10. Now how to add 6 by 10 to 2? So I will be writing this decimal fraction into a decimal number first. How I will be writing that? Since there is 1 zero and in the numerator we have 1 digit. So that means after the decimal we will write the numerator number. So 2 plus 0.6. When we have to add 2 and this is 0.6. This is the whole part, this is the fractional part. What I will be doing? It will become 2.6. In this also, this is the whole part which is not there. So we have used 0. This is all, this zeros are showing me the whole part. But it has a number here, whole part 2, and this whole part is having a 0 number. So when you will add this will become 2.6. So 2 is a whole number and this is a 0.6 is a decimal number. So how I will read it? 2.6. 2 is a whole part and after the decimal whatever part is there that we take as decimal part. In this I have explained you how actually we take the number of digits in the decimal number. These numbers which are on the left, they are the whole numbers. So this will be my ones, this will be my tens. As you take the normal numbers, the number towards the left is, you have done fraction column method. In that if I have written 13, 13 is ones, 1 is tens. So the same way 13 I have written, so this is ones, this is tens. This is the decimal point, this decimal point has come. Now this is after the decimal, I will not read it as 742. We don't read decimal numbers as 742. We will read it as 0.742. 13. That was a whole number. So that number will be read as 13. But after the decimal, whatever number is there, we will not read it as a whole number. We will read it as a decimal number, 0.742. Now why we are reading it as 742? Because 7 is 1/10. This decimal is showing me 1 by 10th. Clear? And this 4 is showing me 1 by 100. That means it is 4 by 100, this is 7 by 10, and this is 2 by 1000. Why 7 is 1 by 10? Because we know when there is 1 0, okay, then we take 1 digit after the decimal. When there are 2 0, that means that number will become 1 by 100. So if I am taking 4, what is the actual value of 4? 4 by 100. And what is the actual value of 4 after the decimal if I am writing? 2 by 1000. So we read it as 0.742. This is 1/10, this is 1/100, this is 1000. We don't read it as 742. These numbers, these 1 by 10, 1 by 100, 1 by 10, these are the numbers after the decimal, and these are known as decimal places. Understood? Which is at the first place, that is its decimal place is 1 by 10. Which is at the second place after the decimal, its decimal place is 1 by 100. Which is at the third place, its decimal place is 1 by 1000. So that's why we read it as 742, but the whole number we read as a complete number 13. Till now I have told you decimal has two parts. One is fractional part, one is whole part. And where is the fractional part and where is the whole part? After the decimal, that means towards the right of the decimal we have a fractional part, and towards the left part, point right. That means this decimal, this is whole part and this is fractional part, or you can say or decimal part. So we have two parts in the decimal numbers. One part is whole part, one is decimal part. Now I am taking expanded form. How to write the expanded form in the decimal numbers. We know in the numbers till now, like 893, how we were writing. This is at hundreds place, this is at tens place, this is at ones place. So with hundreds, we will add 2 zeros in the expanded form. The number which is at tens place, with that we add 1 0, and ones place we write it as it is. So with 8 we will be writing 2 zeros because 8 is at the hundreds place. So it's these two numbers, when we are writing in expanded form, we will write them as 0. When I am writing about 9, what I will write? Number after that is only 1. So we will put 1 0. Plus 3, because after 3 we don't have any number. So we will write 3. Now for the decimal number 15.6, how to write it in the expanded form? This part is a whole part and this is the decimal part. Whole part is 15. This is at tens place, this is at ones place. The number which is there in the whole part, that number we take as normal number. Tens number, ones number. So here we will write it as, since after 1 we have only one number, so that is we will write it as 1 0. After 5 we don't have any number in this whole part, so we will write it as 5. This is at ones place, this is at tens place. And I told you after the decimal the first number is 1/10. So this becomes 6/10 because this is 6.6. So this will become 6 by 10. Well, since it is 6 by 10, how to write this 6 by 10? 1 0 in the denominator. That means the numerator, decimal place after the decimal will be only 1. So we will write the numerator value here, 0.6. 29.34. This is the decimal part, this is the whole part. 29 is the whole part, in which this is ones, this is tens. So for the tens value we will write 20. For the ones value we will write 9. This is 3, 4. So this is 3 by 10 and this is 4 by 100. Okay? Because this is at the 1/10 place, this is at 1/100 place. So we will write it as 1 by 3 by 10 and 4 by 100. Now since there is 1 0 in the denominator, So we will write the numerator digit after the decimal. But there are two zeros in the denominator. So we will use 10 because we need two places after the decimal. So how to add 10? In between the decimal and the numerator number you will add 10. So this 0 will come here. This is the expanded form. For 5.08, now see here we have 0. So this will become, this is the whole part, this is the fractional part. Whole part has only one place, so we will write it as it is. This is 0 by 10 and this is 8 by 100. Since any number I have done in division, 0, if any number is divided by 0, it is 0. 8 by 100, there are two zeros in the denominator. We need, after the decimal, there should be two decimal places. How we will write? We will add 10 in between the decimal and the numerator number. So that's why 0.08 has come. This was the expanded form. You have to check the whole part and the decimal part. Whole part you write it as hundreds, tens and ones. And the decimal part 1 by 10, 1 by 100, 1 by 1000. Okay? So this way you can write it in expanded form. When expanded form is given and you have to write the short form, then how will you write? Now you can see this is the decimal part and this is the whole part. You can see which two numbers has the decimal, that will come after the decimal, and the number which is written as it is, that we can write in the whole part. 90 plus 2, this is the whole number part, so this will be 92. Since it is after the decimal, this is 1/10, we don't have any number as 100s. This is the 1,000s place. Is it clear? So that's why we have written, since we have 0.5, 0.00, 0.003. So when you will add this, what you will get? 0.5, 5 is at the 1/10 place, so it will come at 1/10 place. We don't have any 100ths number, so we will write it at 0. 3 is at 1 by 10,000 place, so when 1 by 1000 place, so we will write it at the 1 by 1000 place. This is 1/10 place, this is 100th place, this is 1000 place. Okay, in this we will get it as 92 plus 0 whole part. In the 92 we will add the 0 whole part. 92 is the whole part, and for the decimal number 0 is the whole part. So when you will add these two, it will become 92.503. Same way here, this is the whole part. This is the whole part, this is the whole part. This part is fractional part, this is the fractional part or the decimal part. Here also we don't have any number at 1 by 100th place. We have 4 at 1/10th place, we have 9 at 1000th place. So we don't have any number at 1 by 100th place. So what we will use? 0. For 1/10th place we have 4, for 1000th place we have 9. So the decimal part will add to itself and the whole part will add to the whole part only. Since the whole part in this will become 0, after the decimal we will write the decimal part after adding these two. This is as a tens place, so we will write it here 0. We didn't have 1 by 100th place, so we have written 0. Then we have 1000th place, so we have 9 at the 1000th place, so we have written 9. So this has become the short form of the decimal part. This was the short form of whole part. Now whole part will be added to the whole part of this decimal number, which is 0. So 2 plus 0 is 2.409. We don't use it as 409. We read it as 409. Now I am taking decimal places. What are decimal places? I had been telling you from the starting of this lecture only, but I am explaining once again. Since 3.5 has one digit on the right of the decimal, so it has one decimal place. 12.09, though it is 0, but after the decimal we have two digits. After the 0 we have two digits, so this has 2 digits on the right of decimal point, thus it has 2 decimal places. Now I am taking 0.568. How many numbers are there after the decimal? 3 numbers, so it has 3 decimal places. I am explaining you once again. You will check whole part and the decimal part. For the decimal part, if you are writing expanded form, for the first number after the decimal, you will use in the denominator 10. For the second number, you will use 100. For the third number, you will use 1000. So for the short form also, you will take care that first number after the decimal will be written as a 1 by 10's place. And we don't have any number after the decimal at the second place. So we will write 0. After the decimal at the third place we have 3. So that's why I have written 3 here. You need to check these places. This number has 3 decimal places. This is the first decimal place. This is the first decimal place, second, third. So first will be added to first, second will be added to second, third will be added to third. So since it has 0.5 only, it has 0.0, so it will come 0.503. So the answer will be whole part decimal 503. Now I am taking comparison of decimals. How to compare decimal numbers? We know towards the left of the decimal number we have a whole part. 7.4, which is the whole part. 7 is the whole part. 0.4 is the decimal part. 2.86, which is the whole part. 2 is the whole part. 0.86 is a decimal part. So in both the cases we have been given whole number part. When we have been given whole number part, first of all we will compare the whole number part only. Which one is greater? 7 is greater or 2 is greater? 7 is greater than 2. So this whole number, this decimal number will become greater than this number. Why? Because the whole part is 7, whole part is 2. Since it has a whole number part in 7.47, 2.86, whole number part is 2. 7 is greater than 2, so the whole decimal number will become greater than 2.86. If fractions have whole part, then compare whole part number first only. Clear? But in case we have whole numbers as equal numbers, like in this case 0.83, 0.9, whole part is 0 only in both the cases. Then how we should take? We will compare whole number part are equal in both. So we compare decimal parts. What is the first number after the decimal here? It is 8, it is 9. So 0.83 has 8 tens and 3 hundreds. 0.9 has 9 tens. Which one is greater? 8 tens is greater or 9 tens is greater? 9 tens is greater. So 0.83 will be smaller than 0.9. Same way, we can compare 6.5 and 6.72. You can see whole part in both the cases is 6 and both are equal. So we will compare 5 and 7 after the decimal. Here we have 5, here we have 7. Which one is greater? 7 is greater. So we will say 6.72 is greater than 6.5. Now I am taking equivalent decimals. In decimals, take care of this thing. After the decimal, if we have a number, whatsoever number of zeros I will add after this. If I am adding 4 zeros, or if I am adding 1 zero, or if I am adding 2 zeros, or if I am not adding any zero, these number of zeros will not change its value. Its value will be 0.3 only. But if these zeros will shift towards the left of the number, then it changes its value. So that's why in equivalent fractions, suppose these numbers are there: 300 by 1000, 30 by 100, 3 by 10. 3 zeros in the denominator, and if we will simplify this, these 2 zeros will get cancelled with these 2 zeros. This will become 3 by 10. This 0 will get cancelled with this 0. This is again 3 by 10. This is 3 by 10 only. So if I have to write this in the fractional part, the fraction part is equal. You can see that. If I am writing this in the decimal number, since it has 3 zeros in the denominator, so we will have decimal place, we will have 3 numbers after the decimal, 3 decimal places we should have. So what we will do, 0.300, 3 zeros in the denominator, 3 number after the decimal, and the number is 3 digit only, so we will write it as it is. Here there are 2 zeros, and in the numerator also we have 2 digits, so we will write the numerator as it is, 0.30. 3 by 10, 1 zero in the denominator, 1 digit in the numerator, so we will write it as 0.3. Now by adding zeros after the extreme right in the decimal number does not change its value. The same thing which I have explained to you here. 0.3, 0, 0.30 or 0.3, all are same. Whatsoever number of zeros we are adding after 3, it doesn't change its value. It will remain 0.3 only. If I will write infinite number of zeros, if I write 1000 number of zeros, if I write lakh number of zeros, it is not going to change its value. It will remain 0.3. So that's why 0.300, 0.30 or 0.3. Here after the 3 we have put 2 zeros. Here after 3 we have put 1 zero. Here no zeros there. But the value will remain 0.3. So these are equivalent decimals. Thank you for your support. Please like, share and subscribe my channel Nidhi Bhasin Mathematics Classes. Those who are coming here and watching my videos, please consider subscribing. Those who haven't subscribed, please press the bell icon button so that you can get the notification of my all the videos. Keep learning, keep sharing. Thank you.